Greetings to you all, my dear students. Today we are going to see about database languages. The classification of database languages include DQL, DDL, DML, DCL and TCL. So SQL is structured query language where we are going to use queries in order to get the records from the database. DQL is data query language, DDL is data definition language, DML is data manipulation language, DCL is data control language, TCL is transaction control language. The examples of DQL commands are select statement, DDL is create, drop and alter, DML is insert, update, delete and truncate, DCL is grant and revoke, TCL is commit, rollback and save point. Data query language DQL. The DQL command is used to view the records or informations stored in the database onto the computer monitor. So the actual data that we have stored in the database will be in the form of tables. So we are going to use the select command in order to retrieve the data. So example is select command. There are many ways to select the data from the table. So we use select star from table name. So here we have created a table name called as student. So in order to get the data of the student, we use select star from student. So asterisk is used for selecting all the records from the table name student. If we want a particular record, if we want to select a roll number, we give select roll number from student. So the roll number will be displayed. So here the records are being displayed. Next we have data definition language DDL. The DDL statements are used to create tables, remove tables and make changes to the table structure. The table structure, it refers to the number of columns, data types of columns and the constraints which can be applied or revoked as required. The examples are create, drop and alter. So when we use it in SQL prompt, we have to create a table. So in order to create, we use create table and table name by giving the field name and its data type. The field names can any number of field names with their required data type. The example is create table student. So here what are the data types and the field names that we're using is given. Roll number, the data type is number of 10. Stud name, the data type is varchar 2 of 15. Mark 1, number of 3. Mark 2, number of 3. Mark 3, number of 3. So when we give it with a semicolon at the end, the table will be created. The next command that is used in DDL is drop. The drop table, table name, we give drop table student. The table student will be dropped. It will be dropped permanently. We cannot take that table again. The next command is alter. The alter table is here you can either modify or add the records or fields. Here modifying the data type. The student name, what we have given in varchar is 15. But here we are modifying it as 20. So we are giving it as alter table student, modify student name varchar of 20. So the table will be altered. Again, if you want to add any other field name, we can add. So alter table student add. If you want to add total, you can give it as total number of 3. The next language that we're using is data manipulation language DML. This command is used for adding new records, removing existing records or changing the values of the existing records. Example, insert, update and delete. So for insert command, we are going to give it as insert into table name. The table name is student. So we give it as insert into student values. So the value of the roll number, the value of name and the marks are specified, should be given. So here we are inserting 3 records. In data manipulation language, the next command used is update. So here, if we want to modify any record, if we have done anything wrong, we have to use this update command. So we give it as update student set mark 1 equal to 90 where student name equal to Arun. So when we see in the previous table, the mark 1 for Arun is 60. Now it is being updated as 90. So if you want to delete a row or a record, we give it as delete from student where roll number equal to or name equal to or any other field we can specify. So that record will be deleted. In data manipulation language, there are two types. They are called as procedural DML and declarative DML. In procedural DML, it requires a user to specify what data are needed and how to get those data. In declarative DML, it requires a user to specify what data are needed without specifying how to get those data. So here in declarative DMLs, it is easier because any type of data you can collect from anywhere. But in procedure, we have to collect, it will be giving you where to get those data or how to get those data, everything will be given. If it is student, you can collect it from college or school or universities. But if it is any other data, so we can collect the details from any institution or any other organizations. So declarative DMLs are also referred to as non-procedural DMLs. The portion of a DML that involves information retrieval is called a query language. Next one is data control language, DCL. Oracle is a multi-user database management system. So each user has its own assigned area where the data is stored. So by default, one user cannot view, modify or delete the information stored in another user's area. So Oracle provides a provision for allowing the owner to grant permission on data owned by him to another user. These commands control how and to what extent one user can view, modify and delete information in another user's area. So example is grant and revoke. Transaction Control Language (TCL). The operations which is executed in the database is called as transactions. Any operations like inserting or using update or alter. So each query that we are giving in the database is called as a transaction. So transactions can be an addition of new record, modification in values of existing records or deletion of existing records. Each transaction can be stored permanently or can be undone by using the transaction control statements. Example, commit, rollback and save point. Thank you, students.